The Carter one I find fascinating because he's like one of my favorite presidents, and the idea, like, he has this reputation of being this kind of like dolt or loser or weirdo, and it's like he's a nuclear physicist who also like single-handedly, like,
Yes.
in a moment of great heroism, like saved potentially a lot of people
Millions of lives.
from
Yeah.
a nuclear disaster.
Yeah.
And then we're just like, oh, he looks so dumb in those sweaters or whatever. Like, he said he had lust in his heart. Like, the things that we like, that's the other thing about history is our almost impressive ability to learn the wrong thing,
Sure,
or to focus on the wrong narrative from a thing,
or reduce it to something completely irrelevant and ridiculous. Yeah, just so listeners know, the episode you're talking about, or the story from the chapter you're talking about, is when Jimmy Carter was, I think, 28 years old and was worked on in the Navy nuclear sub. I forget his title, but he was high ranking in nuclear subs, and he was called upon to address a meltdown happening in Ottawa. There was the first nuclear power plant meltdown in history, and he had to train. They couldn't be at the core of this meltdown for more than 90 seconds at a time.
Yeah,
so
it's like some Mission Impossible shit.
Yeah, totally. So they built this duplicate of the core, which they then trained all of the specific actions that they had to do, and so they could jump in and do this thing for 90 seconds and then jump out and then just keep going until this reactor was fixed.
Yeah.
And it is it's insanely heroic. Like,
yes.
the danger, the pressure of something like that is crazy. And you're right, it is so just completely diametrically opposed to all of our popular perceptions of Jimmy Carter as just this like goober.
Yeah.
Like, he's literally like from the Peanut State, my home state. And I love Jimmy Carter because he's like a Georgia boy.
Of course.
And
it's also one of the greatest human beings that ever, like just a decent human being.
Yeah, you're right. But you read this, you're like, oh, that man he had grit.
Yes.
That man was courageous, and leadership.
Yes.
Too, which I think a lot of people fault as president. That's where people are like, he was just kind of a like dinky president.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't have that
right.
strong hand, but you look back, it's in there.
I would say among the stories of the book, that is one of the few that gives me what you were saying, which is like the hope. Like, we got through this. Like, he was not responsible for the fuck up in any way. He was the one that helped save it.
Yeah.
Right. And usually we don't get such a nice clean, like, and that's one of the ones we don't know about it because it didn't end badly.
Yeah.
Like,
no, you're right.
So we're not like that doesn't keep anyone up at night because it was a near miss.
Yeah, that's actually that's an incredibly important point that you're making. There's so many things that when you just start to scratch the surface of history and dig deeper, we have forgotten about, about so many things.